Do you swing the club over the top, or do you even know what over the top is? Over the top is sometimes misconceived by the fact that the swing direction is moving out to in, or even the club path in an out to in direction. Over the top is one of the most common swing characteristics that I see when coaching, and it's caused by two real main reasons. The first one is technical. A technical reason meaning that we just don't quite deliver the club or create enough lateral shift as we start the downswing. And the second one, but this is the most common, is a physical limitation that's causing it. So what is over the top? Over the top is when, as I said, when the club moves more towards the golf ball as we transition out of the top. But how do I measure that and see if you are swinging over the top? Well, sometimes it is easy for me to see directly, but sometimes we just need to check with a few camera lines. So what I'll do is I'll film the golfer's golf swing from down the line. I will draw a line from the club head straight up through the shaft, okay, which is going to give me my shaft plane line. And then I will create a second line at position number 3 in the backswing, which is lead arm parallel. And I'll draw a line from the club head to the butt of the club. What that does is that creates this little space between the shaft plane line and that P3 position, and that is what we call the slot. We are trying to deliver that club from transition back into that slot line as we start to come back down. Now, if I see that club move more towards the golf ball or more on the outside of the P3 position line, I would say that you're a fraction over the top or sometimes a lot over the top. Like I said before, just because you swing the over the top doesn't mean the club path or the swing direction moves out to in. There are ways that golfers can swing slightly over the top and then shallow the club by creating side bend. So this is one of the most misconceived perceptions, that golfers who swing out to in are over the top. Now, the majority of the time, you do. But some golfers are good enough to create body angles and positions to deliver the club back online. Let's check out some of the tests that we actually do to see if it's a physical limitation.
Nathan talks about physical limitations as possible causations for the over the top. So let's talk about two of those. In the first section, we're going to speak about shoulders' ability to rotate, external rotation to be specific. Without the ability to externally rotate, sometimes the club will stand steeper and trend you towards the over-the-top position. But possessing the ability to externally rotate controls the trail elbow, which allows the shaft to plane better in the slot. The second test we're going to look at is the ability to disassociate the lower body from the upper body. It's called pelvic disassociation. Nathan talks about a lateral movement towards the target with the lower body to initiate the downswing. Well, the best players in the world all begin the downswing rotationally with the lower body. This comes back to the disassociation test. The ability to do this will allow you to engage the lower body first, stepping toward the target, which ultimately shallows the club and allows it to come in the slot. Shoulder rotation and pelvic disassociation, two main players from the physical standpoint in helping you prevent over the top.